Do you know us as a society is killing for beauty? Animal product testing is cruel and inhumane. My topic, animal product testing, has brought a lot of attention not only to myself but to the world. What is animal product testing? Animal product testing consists of toxicity tests to evaluate the safety of products and chemicals. These tests are experimented on animals like rabbits. Animal product testing was created in the early 20th century. Scientists today still rely on animal product testing because it is what traditions and current laws dictate. They say that animal product testing is used for three reasons: safety, efficiency, and liability. Animal product testing does not have positive human health effects. Animal product testing methods are slow and expensive. Therefore, it is hard to keep up with the demand. Throughout my research journey, I found many interesting stats about animal product testing. These statistics are just more evidence that animal product testing is cruel and inhumane. It is found that the Pew Research Center poll has found that 52% of adults oppose the use of animal product testing in scientific research. 90% of drugs fail in human trials despite promising results in animal tests. Out of the 93 dangerous drug side effects, only 19% could have been predicted by animal tests. Using mice and rats to test the safety of drugs in humans is only 43% of the time accurate. Dr. Richard Klausner, former director of the U.S. National Cancer Institute, said, "The history of cancer research has been the history of curing cancer in the mouse. We have cured mice of cancer for decades, and it simply doesn't work in human beings." This is a significant quote because it explains how animals are not useful for animal product testing. Animals are not humans. An analysis of over 100 mouse cell types found that only 50% of the DNA responsible for regulating genes in mice could be matched with human DNA. Animal product testing is one of the most controversial topics today. There are many facts that will leave you shocked. Over 100 million animals are burned, crippled, poisoned, and abused in the United States every year. Several cosmetic tests commonly performed on mice, rats, and rabbits include skin and eye irritation tests where chemicals are rubbed on shaved skin or dripped into the eyes without any pain relief. Shelter dogs are sometimes sold to laboratories. At times, laboratories either buy animals from the shelters or pose as adopters to use the animals in experiments. If you're an American and a taxpayer, you're being forced to pay $16 billion for these experiments. Yes, about $16 billion every year goes to the government funding and inhumane animal medical research. You are part of the cycle whether you like it or not. To go even farther in depth, the United States law does not require all animals used in lab tests to be reported. This means that the truth about the degree of animal experiments will forever remain hidden. An estimated 26 million animals are used every year to be tested. According to the Humane Society International, animals used in experiments are commonly subjected to force feeding, prolonged periods of physical restraint, the infliction of burns and wounds to study the healing process, and the infliction of pain to study its effects and remedies. The U.S. Department of Agriculture reported in 2016 that over 71,000 animals suffered pain during experiments. As I've said before, animals are not humans. Therefore, it is hard to test products on animals because animals react differently than humans. The anatomic, metabolic, and cellular differences between animals and people make animals poor models for human beings. Animal product testing is cost-worthy. Over $7.3 million of taxpayers' monies was wasted on studies involving animals in 2016. Whether it is humans or animals, all pain and suffering is cruel given the circumstance. It is undeniably sad that animals get tested for products that humans use because they do not get a say in anything. Every year, millions of animals are put into danger because of testing and experimenting. All of this is unnecessary, cruel, and inhumane. There is said to be alternative ways to test products rather than testing them on animals. There is no evidence that animal experiments were essential in making major medical advances. Cutting-edge non-animal research methods are available and have been proven to show that they are more effective than crude animal experimentations. Harvard Wyds Institute has created organs on chips that contain human cells grown in a state-of-the-art system to mimic the structure and function of human organs in organ systems. The chips can be used instead of animals in disease research, drug testing, and toxicity testing, and have been shown to replicate human diseases and drug responses more accurately than crude animal experiments do. Along with that, a variety of cell-based tests and tissue models can be used to assess the safety of drugs, chemicals, cosmetics, and consumer products. Many researchers are now finding and developing new ways to test products other than animals. Researchers at the European Union Reference Laboratory have developed 5 different tests that use human blood cells to detect contaminants in drugs that cause a potentially dangerous fever response when they enter the body. The non-animal methods replace the crude use of rabbits in this painful procedure. There are countless alternative methods. Researchers have developed a wide range of sophisticated computer models that stimulate human biology and the progression of developing diseases. Studies show that these models can accurately predict the ways that new drugs will react in the human body and replace the use of animals in exploratory research and many standard drug tests. The list continues on, but those are some of the computer modeling and in vitro testing that can be used in place of animals. Down the road, in the near future, I believe animals will be eliminated completely out of product testing and technology will replace animals. Throughout my research, I came across quotes from experts that I wanted to touch upon and discuss. The following quotes come from scientists, government officials, and doctors. Traditional animal testing is expensive, time-consuming, and uses a lot of animals, and from a scientific perspective, the results do not necessarily translate to humans. This was said by Dr. Christopher Austin, former director of the National Institute of Health Chemical Center. Mice are mice and people are people. If we look to the mouse to model every aspect of the disease of man and to model cures, we're just wasting our time. This was said by Dr. Clifton Berry, chief of the research section at the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. We have moved away from studying human disease in humans. We all drank the Kool-Aid on that one, me included. The problem is that testing on animals hasn't worked, and it's time we stop dancing around the problem. We need to refocus and adapt new ideas for use in humans to understand disease biology in humans. This was said by Dr. Elise Zafforni, former director of the National Institute of Health. Currently, 9 out of 10 experimental drugs fail in clinical studies because we cannot accurately predict how they will behave in people based on laboratory and animal studies. This was said by Michael Levant, former secretary for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. All these quotes just emphasize the fact that animal product testing is cruel and inhumane, and I am not the only one who agrees on the fact that animal product testing is cruel and inhumane. While some say animal product testing is cruel and inhumane, some agree with animal product testing. Some say that animal product testing has contributed to many life-saving cures and treatments. However, out of the 48 cancer drugs approved by the European Medicines Agency from 2009 to 2013 to treat 68 types of cancer, almost half showed no survival benefits according to a recent study. Even in cases where benefits were seen, the difference was judged to be clinically insignificant.
Hello, my name is Kennedy Parks, and I'm here to talk about animal product testing. So, every year, labs use mice, rats, birds, reptiles, and amphibians to test products on before using them on humans. Over 100 million animals are burned, crippled, poisoned, and abused in U.S. labs every year.
After all the knowledge that you just learned, would you still support animal product testing? It is hard to advocate and support animal product testing because it kills animals, which are a part of our life. There are countless opportunities for researchers and scientists to use methods without harming or killing innocent animals. What will you do to take a stance and help stop the use of animal product testing? Let's not kill for beauty, but let's work together to make life more beautiful with animals.